Okay, so part two of the 5 challenges I've experienced being a new conductor. We just covered the exercise and the mental health portion, your physical health. Uh, your doctor. Make sure you have a doctor. You have excellent insurance if you're moving on to the railroad, so make sure you have a PCP and keep in touch with them. If there's certain medications that you need, if there's things that you need to follow up with, even if it's just checkups, those kind of things, to make sure you can get them wherever you go. I was unfortunate enough to get gout at 28. So years ago I got that and it was unexpected. There's just an abnormally high level of uric acid in my blood. And, that's affected by diet and other things. So I try to monitor that, but sometimes it's out of your control. And I need to be able to give that doctor a call and maintain that whenever something comes up. It might be once a year, might not be at all that year, but you want to have access to that. So talk to your doctor about the change in schedule, so that they can kind of monitor that with you over the year, and then also to make sure that you have access to everything you need when you're not home, even if that means there's another center that you can go to, another location closer to when you're held away. Outside of that, let's move on to number 3, which is maintaining a healthy slash balanced diet. Not always possible, but anytime you can, make sure you do that. If you spend your whole week eating, from fast food restaurants or just general garbage, you're going to feel like garbage, and eventually that's going to take a toll on you. Try your best to pack your lunch if you can, even when it comes to snacks. And sometimes you're going to get held away at a hotel. So when you're at that hotel, NS will give you a meal stipend. They'll say, here's some cash. Make sure you take care of yourself for food. The hotel's got breakfast. Head to one of the many restaurants around here, that kind of thing. Either make a smart decision at the restaurant or hit the grocery store. You'll thank yourself later when it comes to that. Number 4, the biggest issue that I've kind of come into recently is staying awake. And planning your caffeine intake while you're on your shift. So the first 10 hours of your shift, most times, regardless of how much sleep you got, are usually pretty good. The problem comes when you've got that last hour or two and your brain starts going into shutdown mode, because it knows, hey, in an hour or two, you're going to get to sleep. So it starts winding down in your brain. Unfortunately, that's when things happen. That's when a train will go into emergency in front of you. That's when you'll sit at a frozen signal and you can't get into the training center and you have to deadhead home, and that 2 hours becomes 4 hours. And then you're dragging ass in that process. And if you take too much caffeine and if you Red Bull energy your way through this, you're going to affect your sleep in the long run, and it's going to be awful. Part 3 coming.